We talk about the cultural conservatives. I want to, since we picked on FPNL, let's pick on some of the other influential, lack of a better word, interest groups up there in Tallahassee that are moving legislation behind the scenes. We mentioned FPNL. Any others we should be on the lookout for?
Well, there's tax breaks that are going through largely on corporate income reporting by state corporations, and that benefits some of the largest corporate holders in the state. The Disney's, the FP&Ls, and beyond, and those are moving. Beyond that, individual companies, there's a number of like in affordable housing. There's some efforts by a development company in the Jacksonville area to try to craft legislation that would increase the likelihood that developers of affordable housing can walk away with from the affordable side of the housing and just do a development over the course of several years. It's a little bit of a complex tax incentive that would be diminished because of the actions of a company called Vestcor, which is involved in development across the state, but they're Jacksonville based. So there's some of those going on, but every legislative session is chock full of quiet legislation that is incentivizing somebody over somebody else. There's a lot of trade show that happens in the fourth floor of the Florida Capitol. Those kind of issues, a lot of those are still kind of to be decided in the sessions closing couple of weeks. So I haven't quite seen them whether they're all going to make it across the finish line or not right now.
Yeah. James, you see any surprises coming out of the budget? I mean, I know that's still
coming out of the budget.
Yeah, I know it's still in flux.
Well, there's a $3 billion difference at the moment, so that there could be a lot of surprises. The other thing I'd like to mention, I think that we have to keep in mind is what's going on in the Ukraine and in the international situation. We've never been here before, with an invasion of this type in a digital era, and how former President Trump is behaving. I mean, I don't know if these are uncertain times that we're in, and the House Democrats were really excited that seven Republicans flipped on the abortion, on the Don't Say Gay bill, and then there were 2 Republicans who flipped on the redistricting bill, and Mitt Romney is out there lecturing Republicans on patriotism. So maybe things are about to change in this environment that we're in at the moment.
Well, one thing that's kind of tied to that I'm kind of curious about, we're going to see in the next couple of weeks in the budget negotiations between the House and Senate as they emerge in the home stretch of the legislature. We have not yet seen what Governor DeSantis wanted, which was a $1 billion cut in the state gas tax. It was going to be like a 25 cent a gallon cut in gas tax, beginning in July and lasting for 5 months. So it would carry through the November election, which, from a political point of view, it was seen as something that DeSantis could campaign on, to $1 billion gas tax cut. Now, of course, that idea was promoted well before the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the uncertainty that we have right now with gas prices going forward. That also, the idea of cutting the gas tax nationally is also being discussed in Congress. So it's almost like I'll be curious to see whether that idea reemerges because in Florida, because it's a little bit uncertain now of its potential, I guess, as a break for Floridians. If gas prices are going to go up to $4.25 a gallon, if you get a 25 cent break in Florida and you're still paying $4 a gallon for gas, I'm not sure if DeSantis can point to that and say, look at the great, benefit I've given you. So I don't know. There's a little bit of a push and pull on that. The Republican leaders of the House and Senate have also diminished the idea of doing the gas tax because they feel that it's going to be spread around too far, that too many out-of-staters are going to benefit from it in Florida. So why give Florida money, purportedly Florida money? It's mostly American Rescue Plan dollars that would be going into this gas tax break. But the question is, I guess, whether it still has the same sort of political resonance that it had prior to the invasion of Ukraine, I think.
And it's notable that was a tax cut that the legislature didn't embrace, which is another sign that, questioning whether the Republican Party is marching in lockstep and whether the vindictiveness of some of these bills this session will make it all the way through.
Yeah.